Hi, yes, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, June 6th. Well, continuation of the same here in the northeastern part of the country with cool and unsettled weather as a deep upper level trough continues to spin around the New England coastal area, and that'll continue for the next couple of days, but finally that will give way to summer-like weather over the weekend in the Mid-Atlantic region and the northeastern part of the country. Meanwhile, out west, another deep upper-level trough is causing some crazy weather out in the western states with some rain and snow. And today, a strong cold front will press through the Rockies and could cause some severe thunderstorm activity as colder air moves in from the west towards the central plains. Meanwhile, all the hot weather is kind of still confined to the middle part of the country, but again, that'll expand into the east by the latter part of the weekend. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. High pressure at the surface here continues to dominate the scene here in the over the Midwest and in the northeastern part of the country. However, in the upper part of the atmosphere, and we'll take a look at that next, there still is a deep upper level trough, and that causes the instability that has been causing afternoon and evening scattered showers and thunderstorms. That pattern will continue for the next couple of days. Meanwhile, here's a strong storm over the state of Montana, and a strong cold front now headed towards the Rocky Mountain states, and places like Denver and just into the western part of the Central Plains have a possibility of some severe thunderstorm activity later on today into the evening hours with some hail and damaging winds. The Gulf of Mexico is feeding in some moisture out ahead of this, and that could set the stage for some severe weather. Strong winds right along the west coast, and it'll be mostly sunny, but with some gusty winds right up and down the west coast of the U.S. Well, here's last night's 500 millibar map. This is the middle part of the atmosphere, about 18,000 feet up, and this is one of the better ways to look at troughs and ridges throughout the atmosphere. In fact, the last map was the surface map, and we saw lots of high pressure in the Midwest and over the northeastern part of the country. However, if you look in the upper part of the atmosphere, right here, we have a deep upper level trough that is continuing to cause some instability, meaning some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, and that will continue over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, another deep trough right here out over the northwest, and that's associated with that surface storm over Montana and a strong cold frontal system now moving towards the Rocky Mountain states. The middle part of the country is where it's mostly dry and very warm. Here's the latest IR composite satellite loop of the entire country, and first of all, still have lots of low clouds here in the northeast rotating around, a cyclonic motion here with that upper level trough, and that again will continue for the next couple of days. A mix of sun and clouds, and then some scattered primarily afternoon and early evening showers and thunderstorms. Lots of clear skies in the middle part of the country, but you can see the flow of air here from the Gulf of Mexico up the eastern part of the Rockies, and this will collide with that cold frontal system pressing to the east to cause some potential severe weather today across places like Denver and then east into the Central Plains. And here's the low cloudiness associated with that surface low over Montana that's caused quite a bit of rain and snow in the higher elevations out in the western states from Montana west to the Pacific Northwest mountains. Well, let's take a look at a couple of computer forecast maps. This is from last night's Zero-Z GFS run, and this is for tonight. Again, the GFS is putting out some precipitation, not all that heavy, but certainly some precipitation anywhere from the Mid-Atlantic all the way up through the northeastern part of the country as that upper level trough continues to spin around. Again, primarily an afternoon or early evening shower or thunderstorm in the midst of some dry weather as well. Meanwhile, mostly dry out here in the center part of the country, but until this high pressure system moves towards the east coast, we will not warm up. But once that high shifts to the east coast this weekend, much warmer air will move into the northeastern part of the country. Meanwhile, a band of some heavier precipitation here ranging from Texas all the way up through the eastern part of the Rockies into the Central Plains, and again, there can be some severe weather later on this afternoon associated with that frontal system pressing to the east. Here's tomorrow night's GFS forecast map, Thursday night, and if you didn't know it, you would think it's just what we just saw the Wednesday night. Not much change here in the Northeast. Continuation through tomorrow of the unsettled weather with that afternoon and evening shower and thunderstorm threat. Again, mostly dry out here in the middle part of the country. and still some residual moisture as that front continues to slowly press to the east. So the troughs in the upper atmosphere, one in the northeastern part of the country and one out in the northwest, continue to hold the grip on the weather seen for the next couple of days. For the SIweather.com, I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.